Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is another installment of Hoggie's Quick Beer Reviews. Today we have another Octoberfest beer, sort of, which is this right here. This is the Harpoon Octoberfest from the Harpoon Brewery in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, I say sort of because this is kind of a different take on the Oktoberfest beer. Our Oktoberfest beers are Marzens. A Marzen is a type of lager. The traditional German brew which comes out in October for the beginning of fall, for when the temperature starts to drop and all that good stuff. This is a different take on it because this Harpoon Oktoberfest beer is not a lager. This is an ale. I give props to Harpoon for doing something a little different. This is basically an Oktoberfest style beer brewed with Harpoon's proprietary ale yeast. On beeradvocate.com, matter of fact, let me look it up here. This is categorized as an American amber or a red ale. It's 5.5 ABV and is decently rated. It gets a B out of 305 reviews, so B out of 300 isn't bad. And it is a nice twist. It's an interesting way to go about the typical Oktoberfest seasonal. Now, I'm not sure what to expect from this here because obviously this isn't your typical Oktoberfest. What makes the Oktoberfest the Marzen beer, what makes it what it is the fact that it's a dark lager. It's maltier, it's a little richer, it's a little thicker, sweeter, darker than your typical lager, but still having that lager touch to it with the yeast. This, I'm not sure exactly what they did. It may just be a spiced amber ale, or I don't know. But we're going to find out. Harpoon, by the way, I should mention, I've reviewed a couple of their other beers on my website on beerbreath.com. I've reviewed their IPA, which, in case anybody's curious, the Harpoon IPA is not an American-style over-hopped IPA. It's done in the original English style. I've also reviewed their Hefeweizen, which is from their UFO line, the unfiltered offerings. So check those reviews out if you're curious. But this is brand new to me. I just picked this up a few days ago. So and we're still in October, so I figured why not? Let's try the Harpoon Oktoberfest. Now, since they're from Boston, I figured the Sam Adams glass would work good. Now let's see what happens. Now, I like Oktoberfest beers because they are richer, more flavorful lagers. Let's see what Harpoon did with this, considering that they used ale yeast. Let's see. It's pouring the right color. Oh, it's pouring a very nice color. Definitely gave more head than a lot of lagers would give. I want to take a look at that. Very nice head. It is receding a bit quickly, but still, it's a nice dark amber kind of color. Orange, dark orange bordering on brown kind of thing. But yeah, it's very nice. And the head is kind of foamy. Large bubbles in the middle, but mostly just kind of thick and foamy. Very nice looking, very inviting looking. Obviously with the yeast, it's an ale yeast, so this does kind of have a pale ale kind of smell to it. I'm getting a little bit of spice. I'm getting sweetness from the malt. Little hints of fruit. Hints though, but there is a hint of sweetness there. Maybe a hint of citrus hop underneath. Smells good though. It smells good. And before I dig in case anybody was wondering, I forgot to show you the bottle there. That's that. Harpoon Oktoberfest beer. I kind of like this label. It's kind of colorful. I like the autumn leaves. It's a nice touch. But alright. Our heads receded down a little. Let's dig in. Interesting. It's very Oktoberfest Marzen lager-ish, but you don't get that crisp lager yeast taste and feel to it. It's not as crisp. There is a bit of hop. It's very subdued for American beers, American pales. But there's a little bit of light hop. It's very tame. But it comes at you up front, and you feel it kind of cleaning up the finish. Very good malt metal. You get a little more hops towards the finish. The malt isn't overpowering though. There's a hint of spice in there. Definitely. Hint of spice I can't put my finger on. But yeah, the malt isn't too strong. The hop isn't too strong. It's very... If it wasn't for the yeast element, I would believe this was your regular Oktoberfest beer. So, you know what? I call this a glass half full. This isn't a great beer, but this is a good beer, and this is an interesting stab at the style. Props to them for doing something different and kind of, you know, changing the regular routine of Oktoberfest Marzens. But I like this. There's really no standout flavors in there, I got to admit. There's nothing that hits you upside the head, makes you go, oh wow, you know. It's tame. It really is tame, but it is different. It is clean. It is quality. You know, Harpoon's not, in my book, they're not one of the greater breweries, but they make decent beers. They make good stuff, man. You know, and 100 times better than any macro bud kind of thing. So if you like Oktoberfest brews, I suggest check this out. If you're a fan of Harpoon to begin with, check this out. If you see it and you just feel like a good beer, check it out. This is good stuff. But, again, don't expect your socks to get knocked off. And I'll leave it at that. The review for this will probably be up on beerbreath.com at some point. I don't have too much spare time to do that, but when I can, I try to update as much as possible. So check that out. And, you know, to everybody who subscribed and left comments and all the great feedback, thanks to everybody. Much appreciated. Keep watching. There's more to come. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sharing a beer with me. Cheers.